Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the 95th episode.
Yep.
We're homing into that 100, that magic 100. So how are you, Mr. Pete?
I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. Not too bad, not too
Good,
bad.
good.
I'm all ready for my upcoming nuptials on Monday.
Nice. Yeah, it's
So,
close.
Yeah, the big day, the wedding of no, it's all in hand, and it's just really bit of boxing up and stuff to take all the stuff there. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Going to see Indy on Saturday morning. I'm quite excited for that. Life is good at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to book my tickets for Indy. Definitely. Definitely. I wasn't sure. I was like, big Indy fan, but you know they've done me dirty before, so I was like, but I thought no, fuck it.
Yeah, I was
It's a
always
night
going to
out,
go and
innit?
see it. I was always going to go and see it, regardless of what I'd heard. You know, and I've thanks, Doc. Brilliant. Thanks for the congratulations. Yeah, no, I certainly with something like Indy, as you know, I'm a massive fan. I'd rather make my own mind up. I think that even if overall I don't think it's great, I think there'll be enough moments in it to make it worth it, like that I'll enjoy and stuff, and you know, so. I'm quite happy, and I really do hope that it is kind of like a bookend to it, and that they don't reboot in the same way that they have with a lot of other iconic characters. You know, they've said only Harrison Ford will ever play Indy. Let's see how they play that. But
I mean, they can't whack his face on someone else.
well,
Technically, they wouldn't be lying.
yeah, I know. So anyway, but yeah, I'm hopeful that it'll be. I think it'll be entertaining anyway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So who we got in the chat? We've got Tom
We got a
Murphy, as
fair
usual.
few.
Doc Smizzle. Got Everyday Collector Joey, Duffet, Yomo, and good old Lane. Nice to see you, Lane. Oh no. Yeah, we've got her in the show sheet, but I won't be buying her.
No, I don't know anyone to be buying it.
Athena.
I don't know anyone that was that amazed by the film that they want it. Like, just
No.
weird.
No. Yeah.
It's a bargain bin one. It is a bargain bin one.
Oh, definitely.
Very much so. So, as you may or may not be aware, we have a giveaway. This is the 3,000 subscribers to Collecting Weekly to the network. So this is sponsored by Collector's Zone, and it's the Carnage. I was going to call it Venom then, but it's not. It's Carnage. It's
Carnage from the second Venom movie.
Yeah, it is the most disgusting looking figure I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is very well done. But it just looks like an aborted fetus. So it's great though. Good figure. So what have you got to do to win it, Pete? I can't remember what it was.
So you have to subscribe to Collecting Weekly on YouTube. Subscribe to 16 Fix, which is Marco's channel. Subscribe to Ben Thomas Show. You can also, I think you might have to join Auxiliary, I think. And then we're chucking out some bonus code words in all of the shows. So Small Talk have done it, CW have done it. We did one last time. So every single extra word that you pick up from our shows, you can gets you an extra entry basically. So let's go with wedding for the bonus code word for this show. Wedding. Okay, so write that down and get your votes in. I think we're kind of in the last 100 now. I think we've passed 2.9, so we're getting close. And obviously, you know, if you know anyone that hasn't subscribed, give them a nudge, because then we'll get to do the draw quicker, and you might win. So yeah,
cool. So nice. So let's have a look, Pete, at the crap that we probably shouldn't have picked up that we picked up anyway.
Yes. So, Headless Obi-Wan. But this is a
Headless
bargain.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is the Hot Toys Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, which I've been flirting around with for a bit, and obviously the prices are a bit ridiculous. I don't like the head
Mental.
sculpt.
I'm not a fan of it.
No. I had it back in the day. I think I got one when it was first out and just moved it on. But as time's gone on, and obviously I've expanded my Jedi collection with my CCFL sabers. Somebody was offering one in the groups, 115 quid, just without the head.
Do you know what? If I'd seen it, even though I don't need it, I
absolute
probably would have bought it.
bargain,
That's
mate,
really
yeah.
good, yeah.
So I was like, yep, I'll have that. Definitely got that. Did the CCL saber and tapped up our good mate Inigo, and he's sending me one of his sculpts.
Oh,
the one
nice.
that you've got. So
I love that head sculpt.
it is fantastic. So it was a bit of a, I didn't know if he'd have any or not, or he was happy. But yeah, he was quite happy to. He said he had one, and he sent it out a couple of days ago. So I'm really happy because
one of my absolute favourites
Yeah,
that he's ever done. Like it's
brilliant. Yeah,
so good. But you don't see a lot of them out.
No,
I do not see a lot of them. It's really weird considering there was like 60, 70 odd people on the run. I think I've seen one other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
man.
So, even with the cost of the sculpt, and if I pay someone to paint it, then it's still cheaper than the cheapest full sets that are out there. I was never bothered about the I mean, obviously, Trevor's got it because he's got most of the Inigos and the Janix. Yeah, it is fantastic.
Yeah, it is brilliant.
It's night and day, and a lot of people, I think, forgive that Hot Toys sculpt. It's like that thing we always talk about where you trick your mind into thinking that because it's got the beard and it's slightly gingery and it's a little bit like him, it's good, but it's not. It's really not good. And that Inigo one is one of his best sculpts of anybody, I think.
Here we go. I think I've got a picture of it on my computer. Let me jig around my screens a bit.
Okay. Yes.
Because it's well worth a mention. It is such a good scope. Share screen. It's taking ages for the tab to pop up.
Oh, okay, no worries.
I was like, fucking hell. Here we go. No, that's you. That's me.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, it's just a great sculpt. Like, it is fucking lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a nice bit of swoosh to the hair, and the beard's a lot fuller and longer, isn't it? And I love that sculpt.
Yeah, it's everything about it is just spot on. I love it. It's one of my absolute favourites.
Yeah. So I'm really chuffed there. I think I've bagged myself a bargain. Got lucky with the head sculpt I wanted, because I would have had to get one of those anyway, even if I'd paid out 300-400 quid for a set. So that was me. So I'm chuffed to bits with that. That's probably...
I'd agree with 1/6 Shooter. I've said this all the fucking time. The old Ben sculpt too. It isn't as good as people think. No. I think the Sideshow one's better. Give it a repaint. I think it's better than the Hot Toys.
Yeah, it's got that slight oversize issue, which all the old Sideshow ones have.
Yes.
But, no, I'm not a fan of the Hot Toys one at all. But again, these things get hyped up, and
it's because it's the only option.
Well, it is, isn't it? It is.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
you're right.
Because the Sideshow one's not an option.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trevor's very much a man of my own heart. And I know you're not a massive fan of Janix stuff, but I believe he's got the Janix old Ben sculpt on his, which I have as well, and I love it to bits.
I have nothing against the Chinese Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not a problem. Nothing wrong with it.
Fair enough.
It's
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
especially if you squint.
It's not that bad. It's good. I like it. I
Fucking
like
awful. I can't stand it. That and the caveman hand he does. I just can't be doing it.
Come on, Trevor, back me up.
Just can't be doing it. I'm Inigo all the way.
There we go.
Inigo all the way.
Yeah. There we go. Me and Trev. Luke.
Yeah,
not
Luke,
so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got a few of those, and that was a bit of a travesty, that one. But
it's one. Do you know the whole Matt Damon thing? You just want to go, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fucking horrible. absolutely horrible.
I still, as bad as it is, I still
Still
prefer it
better
to
than
the
Hot Toys.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing. This is how you can forgive it. The Luke one, it's better than Hot Toys, which isn't saying much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I love the Han as well, Trevor. But we'll have to agree to disagree with Ian on this one. So
no, any go with these Empire Han, that'd do me. Or some of it actually.
Was very
good.
Good.
Some of the hands that are coming out at the moment. I think
that
could
one
give it a run for their money.
Will Millar is very good, and he's just done some indie renders as well, which look really good. But the trouble is now, it's like there are just so many indie and hand sculpts, and it's like, oh, I'm going to get that one, and then another one comes along, and you're like, oh, and you end up spending a fortune. And then I was
tempted by the matte ones, and then the ones I showed you the other day, I was like, oh, they look so good, but I was like, I've got no need for them.
I know, and even with the amount of indies I've got, it's like, well, I've either got to cut a sculpt that I already like, or I've got to build yet another one. And I mean, I don't, we'll get onto the Hot Toys one later, and it's like I don't want to end up, but it's difficult. But
yeah,
So we'll. But it's good times if you're an indie or a hand fan, definitely, and you want some good custom sculpts. So
definitely.
Yeah, and we all agree on that one, the Inigo Luke.
Oh,
I've
got that one as well. Fucking fantastic, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those. That is
they are
gold,
very good. Yeah.
Again,
one you don't see that often. You don't see it that much.
No, you don't.
Do not see it that much.
Well, I had that crazy thing when I owned that ESB Han one for a couple of weeks. Bought it for £100. Same guy bought it back off me for £350. I don't know what happened there, but I wasn't going to say no to that.
That guy was an absolute fucking loon, because he's the one that messaged me and went, I'll give you like £1,000 for your Han Solo. And I was
I know.
I was like, mate, like I couldn't do that to you. Like, it's not worth £1,000.
I obviously haven't got the morals that you have.
I was
you know
like,
what?
I just don't want the aggro of him turning up and going, "Oh, this isn't worth £1,000," and then fucking kicking off. So I was like, mate. And plus, I was like, I like it. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, at least with me, it was the head sculpts I bought from him, so he knew exactly what he was buying back. And I don't know what happened.
Because I said to him, I'll give you a complete part list, everything you need to get. And I said, if you're looking at spending £1,000 on Han, I said the most expensive thing is going to be buying a Sideshow Hoth Han, but you won't be anywhere near like £1,000, even with all the other bits. And he was like, "Oh yeah, nice, good shot." And he started getting the bits, and was like, "Oh, I can't bother." Got rid of it all, and then started buying it all back. And it's just mental. Like some people
So I did like that Inigo. It was nice, but I just couldn't. I couldn't say no to that. So
I know. That was a good deal. Yeah,
definitely.
So I've got Bateman. Bateman finally arrived. So I ordered this, pre-ordered this ages ago, and the guy got it from in the UK. Finally got his through. It was so annoying because he shipped a load out last week, but mine wasn't in there because he couldn't get them packed up in time for DHL to turn up. So I was like, oh, fuck's sake. But no worries. I got it today. It turned up. And so as I said, I messaged Andy in the chat and was like, this is fantastic. Like, love it. It's that you can tell, as soon as you open it up, this has been made by people who are fans of American Psycho.
It looks fantastic.
Like, it is really good. Now, the thing is, I'm going to have a big clear out. I'm thinning down the collection somewhat, so this will go. It's not one I'm going to keep hold of, but I wanted to get it and have a look at it, and it is.
Oh, absolutely!
It gives very, very cool.
Yeah, and I think if anything, it just gives you that. Like, we knew it anyway from what we'd seen, and when we're good mates with Andy and everything. But to just get it in hand, right? Okay, anything that I order from them now is going to be bang on. And I won't hesitate if it's like an IP that I really, really want, so... Oh, yeah, I've got no... I mean, I was always going to order his stuff anyway, but I've got after this, I've got no hesitation whatsoever. Like, it is fantastic. The jacket's really good. And in that jacket, you've got another jacket. You've got the overcoat. The clear... You've got the clear raincoat, then under that, you've got this overcoat. They come packaged together like that. The full-size card, which is a nice touch. He's got the briefcase, the nail gun,
the blood splatter, the axe, the knife,
Walkman.
the Huey Lewis CD,
Yeah.
2 sculpts. He's got the Walkman, the 80s phone, all the hands.
Nail gun.
2 sculpts. Like, it's just, and I think all in all, I think the deposit was like 50 quid a while ago or something. I can't remember how much it was. I think then the remainder was like 180 quid. So way less than our Hot Toys.
Oh yeah, yeah. And how's the suit stuff? The cut and the fit.
The suit is phenomenal.
It looks good,
like it looks really, really good. It's really difficult to get a suit to look this good. Like the collar always does me. The fact that most 6-scale figures, the collars are fucking huge. Like absolute, like 70s type collars.
Yeah, Harry Hill.
Proper Harry Hill ones. You don't get that on this. The suit's really well tailored, really well fitting, and the fact, I've had figures in suits before, and the blazer, the jacket is always quite difficult, but this fits like a glove. It's so good. Yeah, the 2 sculpts are really good. The blood's really good on the Screaming one. I really like the Screaming one. I didn't think I would like it that much. I really like it. I think it looks really good. And his normal, like, super smooth sculpt looks fantastic. But yeah, I'm well made up with this. Even stuff down to the box. So when you take the front cover off so it's got a big sleeve over it, which is all blood splattered. And when you take it off, it leaves the box pristine, which I thought was a nice touch because it's kind of like it's got its own raincoat, which was brilliant.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then when you open it up, the cover, the bit you take off, the main part of the box, I guess, that's not got the figure in, you flip it round, and on the inside it's got his apartment. So you can put that in a
dio, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can just pop that in and have him standing up in there, and he's in his apartment. The stand's really good. I like the round stand on there with the blood splatter and that. It's just a great figure. Like everything about it, as soon as you open it, you go, ooh. And for someone like me who's kind of been losing interest a bit in 6-scale and kind of not really overly engaging too much with stuff, this has been genuinely one of the best things I've opened in a while. I've opened Hot Toys where I've gone, this is great, this is fantastic. I've kind of futzed with it and put it on a shelf and gone, that's great now. Oh, fantastic. This, I opened it, was like, ooh, that's really cool, and oh, that's really cool, and that's got loads of detail on. So you can tell it's been made by someone who understands 6-scale stuff and really, really likes the license. So I'll tell you, if he does any Evil Dead stuff, he can have all my money. All my money. So
you've got his T-shirt already, so
I've got the T-shirt.
Maybe that hints at other things.
It wants to, because I honestly, like, I live and breathe Evil Dead. Like, that would be fantastic. So
and it would be perfect as well.
So well done to Andy and that. I mean, I'm saying I'm going to get rid of it, and it will probably sit there for a little while before I go, okay. It might be one where I decide to keep hold of it, but at the moment I'm trying to behave and clear a bit of space because I've got so much shit in here. So much stuff. I've got 40k stuff, I've got 6-scale stuff, I've got printing stuff in here. I'm like, enough's enough, I need to have a clear out. So, cool beans. So, let's have a look at some of these. Crosshair's on the way. Hopefully he gets here before UPS ends up going on strike. Man, he's selling expensive. I'll tell you, a lot of Crosshair for some reason is just blown up. Like, absolutely blown up. Stupid money for Crosshair. Considering the others got fairly lukewarm response, they were popular, people liked them, but they weren't really going for mega money.
And Lane unboxed his Venom, the new one on Monday's show. If you haven't checked that out, that's a beast of a figure. Liked the half and half Tom Hardy sculpt, and the sort of tendrils with the faces on coming up his back look really cool as well.
Cool. So that's the crap we picked up. I mean, I have got something else, but I'm going to save that for Mini Mayhem.
But these next two you have got coming at some point.
at some point ordered with Sideshow, so you know everyone else have theirs for at least a year before I get mine, and then that's it. I'm done with Sideshow. No more.
Yeah.
That's the last of it.
Yeah.
So Marty McFly from Back to the Future Part 3. So this will cost you £250. I love it. I've got it on order. I think it looks fantastic. I'm not overly, I think the sculpt looks okay. I think, again, it's one of those ones that you look at it, go, that's Marty McFly. I know who that is. And then you put a picture of him in Part 3 next to it, you go, oh, that doesn't quite marry up. I'm not knocking it. Don't take me wrong. I'm not knocking it. I think it's really good. I think for me it's a bit of a shame because all this stuff underneath, like his jacket and the oven door and all of that kind of stuff, like the furnace door and that, you're never going to see it because I'm going to have him as Clint Eastwood there on the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what comes to mind. I think of Back to the Future 3, bam, that.
Yeah.
The only other thing, I think, if Mars Toys released the pink suit, like they put the tees up for, I'd go for that. That would be really good. Really good. With the little hat as well, though. He's got to have the little hat that doesn't quite match. So, this is fantastic.
I think, as you say, I think the sculpt's maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I think slightly further back, like the two sort of full length shots, looks better. But the outfit looks really nice, well tailored. Not removable hats. But then it's. I suppose,
see, for me, because I've got all the others, I can just swap some heads about if I want to take a few photos with without the hat. But I agree. I think that would
be quite easy to do, wouldn't it? Because you just have it attached to the hair, and you just
every other version, this is pretty much just an updated Back to the Future 2 sculpt, right? The hair comes off on that, to put his little baseball cap on. So this is no different. So
no. And it's a bit lazy, isn't it? I think on their part, really. It seems like it's another little cost cutting thing, just a little cuts here and there. It looks alright. But I think as people are saying in the chat, it's probably feels like it's pulled down a bit by his counterpart, Doc.
There's something up with that sculpt in the middle. Like you look at that in the middle, and the one on the right hand side. In fact, actually, if you took the hair off of that would be a decent enough sculpt. I think be fine. That hair absolutely fucking ruins it. And we're going to get all kind of clever dicks hair in it. I think that would make the sculpt look so much better. But it just, and it doesn't help that the brim of this hat is so thick. And it looks so plasticky. But what I noticed about these two sculpts, and I don't know if it's just a Hot Toys thing of late, but they've almost got this really weird sheen to them. And they're really brown.
Yes.
So you kind of go, it just... In my head, I'm buying the clothing sets and the bodies. And then I can sort the heads out when custom ones come out. Not that I should have to, because this is going to cost me best part of £500. And I've said that very quietly because my missus is still up and about somewhere.
I get a real Jeremy Irons vibe from the head sculpt, like sort of as Alfred kind of thing in.
It's the eyes and the nose, I think.
But as you say, it's really the hair and the hat that just look bad.
The hair is just like a solid lump. There's hardly any texture into it. Particularly that on the right hand side, just no.
But again, the outfit, the tailoring, the accessories, that's all really cool.
The only thing they could have done to make this even worse was leave two little slits in the head.
Oh yeah. Well, as it's a different sculpt,
I know. Just a nod where they go back and just put two little holes in. Exactly.
Go, well, you might want to put his shades on.
Exactly that.
It's I think overall
it's not worth £250.
It's not.
And I'm going to be spending more than that because of fucking Sideshow. I mean, what I could potentially do is just cancel both and just order them from someone like Toys buying agent right now.
How much would you lose on your NRD?
Nothing, because they delayed it. These are
Oh, I
delayed.
see.
These should
So
have been
you-
out March,
oh,
so
okay
I could
then.
just get my money back
Might be an idea.
and go, actually, how much? Because by the time I pay the import tax as well.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like a no-brainer, mate. I think
Yeah.
you should do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, for yourself, you know, you've got to have them really because you're looking to complete the set, if you like. You know, you've got all the other ones, and you've got DeLorean and stuff. So I don't blame you for getting them, but I think again, Hot Toys has just kind of missed the mark there a bit.
I think for me, if they're going to go in with all the others, they're fine. You know, it's almost like everything that having all of them will kind of nullify the head sculpt on this one kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it just feels like they phoned this one in to get it out.
Mark III
Yes.
DeLorean, yeah.
See,
like,
that's the only other DeLorean I would get.
Yeah.
I don't, because there wasn't enough difference between 1 and 2. But 1 to 3
No,
was enough
and I
difference.
think I would be tempted, and I would like to have it with the whether it was swap out or not, but to have the
train wheels.
I'd like to, the train wheels with a little bit of track for it to sit on. Well, I would love that.
Yeah.
Like a deluxe version with a diorama train track would be fantastic.
Yeah, there really is a stream back action figures. Yeah, we're here every week.
Yeah, there's loads of them. Thanks, thanks for joining. Yeah, welcome.
But yeah, this is a little bit disappointing. This one,
Yeah.
a little bit disappointing. What else we got? We got Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yeah.
Another one that seems to be absolutely like stupidly expensive. So this is 220 quid. I mean, I quite like this. I think this looks good.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I hated the show, but
Yeah.
I can see the merits of the figure. I think it does look really good.
This also wins the award for the stupidest fucking comment I've ever seen in my life, where someone put up on a group about how disappointed they were that hood wasn't fabric, and I was like, "Are you fucking? Are you an idiot? Like that would just be wanging in his face. There's no way you do that. That's just bollocks."
Yeah.
And I was like,
exactly.
"Fucking." The shit people are pick up on, and you just go, really, like, come off it. You know, we've got a fucking Frankenstein Doc Brown, and it's a hood, a non fabric hood that you'll get the ump about. Like, nah, piss take.
No, you couldn't do it.
No,
As you say, particularly with that big piece coming down the front there, it would be awful. So,
and it looks like Hot Toys have actually nailed a cape for once as well.
Yeah, and I agree with Andre. I think it is a stunning looking figure, and it kind of makes you wish that I had enjoyed the show. But
I didn't absolutely like hate it, but he's terrible fake British accent.
That's what I couldn't get past.
It's a bit Mary Poppins.
2 episodes did me. I was like, no, I can't.
I just thought he was taking the piss when I first put it on. I was like, I thought he's taking the piss here, isn't he? This isn't meant to be, you know. He's like, oh, blimey, governor!
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if he's taking the piss or not, but I just can't. I can't listen to that anymore. So that killed it for me. Whereas obviously most Americans probably think that's what we sound like anyway. So they were probably like, oh, okay, that's cool.
But to the more discerning ear, we know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, good figure. I think the only thing people were laughing about was the 1-to-1 scale throwing star thing, throwing moon.
Yes. Yeah.
That was basically foam with just as like a plastic cover on the front, and then you turn it around and it's just the plain foam. It's a bit, and it attaches to the stand, and but it's that's another one of the shitty things that Hot Toys does. But as for the figure, really good.
He said both of them Mary Poppins.
Sorry to disappoint you.
No, this is a 1/6 scale figure from Hot Toys. So pretty much everything we talk about is pretty much 1/6 scale. I do sneak a bit of Warhammer in there because I do like that, but most of it is all 6 scale from Hot Toys.
And obviously if you're new to it, to 1/6, Hot Toys are kind of the the brand leader in this game. That they've got a lot of licenses. They're producing a lot of figures, and they're kind of in most cases they're the kind of standard that other companies are looking to kind of match. Which and they are they're being caught up, and they've in some cases they definitely have raised their game. In other cases they're like, what? They really shoot themselves in the foot sometimes. But this one is
yeah.
But this is a good one. This one, and I quite like the next one as well. I wouldn't buy it, but
yeah, I do too. So this is Hot Toys President Loki. So they do the premium collector's edition, which is one with all the pointless stickers, which is 450 quid.
Rubbish. Yeah.
Which is all that nonsense. And then there's the normal regular one for normal sensible people, which is 220 quid. I'd rather have the 220 quid one, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for the little Loki crocodile.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's worth 50 quid on its own.
Exactly, I like that.
I was very vocal that I didn't like the UPS driver, the brown suit version, and two major reasons why this one works is I didn't like the way that he had like a short hair, and then they'd stuck so by having the crown, whatever the horns on, kills that problem off because you don't see that join.
Hides it.
So that's brilliant, and I love the grin on him. I think the other one is just too nothing. It's too stoic. He's not doing anything. Yeah. Loki needs to be laughing and grinning and being a dick. And this one I think it's a really good sculpt, to be honest.
Yeah, I do. I think it's great.
And as we say, I don't buy Marvel, so I won't be buying it. But I think, from what I can see, the outfit, obviously, it's got deliberate damage on it. That's part of the thing. But I think the head sculpt, the suit and everything, the crocodile, it's all brilliant. All really good.
I was thinking the other day, if I was to dip my toe back into Marvel, I would probably have more stuff. Although I don't necessarily enjoy a lot of the TV programs, I would probably have a lot of the TV show type stuff.
Yeah.
More than I would this. To be fair, more than I would. the MCU type stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I think these figures are more interesting.
Yeah. But, I think I really like this one hands down over the other one, definitely. I think that's really good sculpting. You could kind of, you could stick that on, a costume Loki as well, and it would look really good.
100%.
Yeah.
So Steam Summer Sale's on, right? And I've just got a text message saying a sale from your wish list. So Warhammer 40,000 bulk, on Steam. So bulk gun apparently is on sale, right? It was 18 quid, not on sale.
Yeah.
So let's just have a quick look. I'm just going to completely hijack this and just have a quick look and go, how much is it on sale in their massive Steam Summer Sale? £15.19.
Oh wow.
I'll leave that.
Yeah.
The Summer Sale used to be really good.
Right.
Now it's not so great. Older games are fantastic. New games, they go, have 50p off. Go on, you want it. You're like,
go on.
No.
That's what I was holding out for. I couldn't afford 18, but 17, 50.
Yeah,
I'm all over
there. I'm all over it like a carb on it.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal. So, back to toys. So, Hot Toys, Eternals, Thena, whatever her name is.
Thena. I think it's like Athena, but without the A on. Thena.
That's how much I don't give a shit. I couldn't be asked to learn the name. If you're mental, this and you want to buy it, it's 240 quid.
Yeah, it seems really expensive as well. I just got that off Toys by an agent, but
yeah,
it's a lot of money.
I mean, objectively, there's nothing wrong with the figure, right? Get that out of the way. There's nothing wrong with the figure. Looks pretty good. One hell of a high forehead again.
Yeah,
but I didn't like the film that much. It was okay.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I wasn't a massive fan. Obviously, this is Angelina Jolie, and she goes a bit batshit crazy in the movie. But
see the sculpt on the right, I think looks pretty good with the, but that's because it's in shadow and
Yeah.
The ones on the left, I struggle to see her in that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm getting vibes of other. I can't think who, but different actresses, kind of. But
Why, thank you. Here he is.
Mr. Zachary, he's here, the
Here
Oxfather.
he is.
Welcome. Again, as you say, I think objectively it's a decent figure. It looks alright, but I mean, I've yet to meet someone that was a massive fan of Eternals. There are a couple of other figures, aren't there? Or there's at least one. There's that Gilgamesh, the big guy, but that might be it, mightn't it? Just two.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just those two.
It's not really a banging collection, is it? To kind of
No.
where are you going to put them? What they're going to go in with? So
Exactly. I just think.
Yeah. Massive, easy pass.
Yep. These next ones, I am regretting passing up on these. I really like these. This is Saturn Toys, the Dynamic Duo, 250 quid. Now, from what I've seen of these, people are saying the Robin is better than the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
However, the Batman, I've seen a few things with that chest symbol been all over the show. Some are down by like his belly button, some around by his nipples. Like instead of it being centre like it is there. It'd be interesting to know if that is just if that can peel off and be reapplied, or if it's what the crack is with that. But
Yeah.
So
I
think these are pretty good.
They are really good. I mean, I've got them sitting next to me, and I'm a bit like with your Bateman. I haven't opened it. I've literally just opened the box and taken a picture to see, like to show people something. I have got it listed up, mainly because I had a buyer and he's not sure now. So I have listed it up. But I mean, I used to have the Hot Toys ones way back, and I sold them, and I did love them. They were great. But I mean, I'm so tight on space now, and I let I sold the 66 Joker, that was a great
Romero
again.
one.
I didn't open him because if I opened him, I'd be like, oh, yeah, he's nice. So, and
I
it's
had
a bit like
seen
that with
the a few people have said that on the Robin, he's tight split underneath the legs.
Yeah, I mean, mine was fine, but then I didn't really pose them particularly dynamically, no pun intended. And I didn't have them for a massive amount of time. I wasn't the first owner of them. So yeah.
This is on these ones, the Saturn Toys.
Oh,
ones.
what already?
Not the yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh dear. Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, you're 250 quid for two figures.
It's not bad. 125 each. Like
less than a lot of Hot Toys figures. It's certainly
it's
a lot.
Fuck off! It's less than a head sculpt. Some people are charging
it is
150 quid for a head sculpt,
and it's half the price it would cost you to get the Hot Toys ones, and they're not perfect. I mean, they're getting on a bit now. I've watched a few reviews, and I think the overall consensus is that Robin is stronger in many ways with the outfit. I mean, the cape's too short, but then I think the Hot Toys one was pretty much the same. They've always had this issue with the exposed knee joints. Only a seamless body would have sorted that out, and I don't know if there's any that would really suit Robin anyway. They're all probably too big.
Bit too beefy, aren't they?
Yeah. The Batman, I think the major things, is that symbol, but people are saying in the chat, and I've seen it, that you can basically pull it up. You can pull it back over his shoulders a bit further and bring it up. Or as you say, you might be able to remove it, but I don't know. And the problem with this suit is, it's very easy to like catch it with your nail or something like that.
Yeah, it's very easy to snag it.
If you took that off and then there's not a lot of going back. And the undercrackers are a bit baggy on Batman, I've noticed. But again, I can't see that's anything that's not too difficult to fix. You could pull them at the tight at the back and put a stitch in or what have you. I think
It'd be
it's
funny as well. Like that 60s suit was fairly janky in a way.
Yeah.
So it's not like you look at it and go, oh, it's only the bat symbol that really threw it off when I've seen the janky ones.
And I think if you bring the belt down, you can hide a bit of that and everything. So I think they're bang on. I think for the money, really couldn't. I really wouldn't complain. I think they're brilliant. And yeah, maybe if someone doesn't take them off my hands in the next couple of days, then they might get opened, and I might end up keeping. But I don't know where I put them. I just haven't got.
See, I would buy a very large piece of string, and I'd get some of that museum putty, and I would just have them walking up the side of the display case.
I mean, that would be cool. Don't tempt me. Don't give me ideas.
Yeah. All you'd need is a little window open with someone like leaning out of it.
But Hot Toys did that. Their boxes had the opening windows, but it'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're cracking figures.
Yeah.
Definitely pick them up if you're interested.
Definitely.
Don't know if they're going to do another run, because I know with the Romero Joker they're doing a second run because it was so popular. I can imagine.
Yeah, I can see that happening with these. Yeah, I can. Definitely.
Oh, Joker J has a different. He says these figures are terrible, but I expected it for the price. With Futz, you can make them look good, though. Head sculpts are the only good thing. Okay. So, yeah.
Be interesting to see a couple more reviews and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Because all I've seen is some pretty good stuff. Like I said, I've seen the tight splitting on Robin and the bat symbol issues, but other than that, I've heard.
Yeah, Jay, tell us what you think. That is it a problem with the materials or the bodies, or what is it that you think is not good? Because we like to have a kind of balanced view of stuff if we can. So yeah, but just know what you
Yeah, I mean that's always an option for stuff when it's that cheap as well.
I like they're saying that Mars Toys announced the Riddler about an hour ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You have to go and have a look for him in a minute. Yeah. So yes, already you're starting a great collection with these two, the Joker and the Riddler. Penguins coming. I mean, we make for a great display, a great little setup.
Definitely. So let's have a look at some of the stuff that's up and coming. So we weren't actually going to talk about indie because we're not great fans, but
yeah.
But yeah, the highlight so far has been Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny. So you've got the standard for $250 and the deluxe for $325, which is going to be out Q3, Q4 2024. Seems a pretty sharp turnaround, considering.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, we're now well over. We're getting to halfway through the year. Normally now we start to see 2025 pop up on stuff.
Yeah, we're not quite crept into that yet, and I think they're looking to. So it'd be a nice Christmas release next year if they hit.
Yes.
So,
I quite like this. I genuinely like it. I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. I was saying to myself, don't. But I know I'm going to end up pre-ordering it.
I was quite surprised. I know people kept saying, we're going to get one. And there was, they hadn't released. It's unusual for Hot Toys to not have kind of preempted. And it's not like there's anything here that's a spoiler. But obviously it kind of dropped literally the day that the film opened. I suppose it's good for building hype and stuff. So I was a bit like, I don't think we're going to get one. But I really like it, yeah. So you got the deluxe version, comes with the diorama base, which I assume is obviously specific to a scene in this movie. But equally, you could probably use that for a Temple of Doom. It's basically got the bridge and the broken bit of bridge and everything. They haven't actually. No one's actually seen a picture of the standard base, but it will be, I don't know, an oval, a hexagon, a square, a circle with his name on, probably.
He doesn't have a gun in this film, does he?
No.
The holster's gone, which is weird.
Yes, yeah. So, and that kind of fits in with this whole sort of gun thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, So objectively, I quite like it. I think the sculpt's good. It's not necessarily the best picture on the right. It looks a bit weird, but some of the other shots where you can see the movable eyes and stuff, I like it. People have moaned about the colour of the trousers. For me, I haven't seen the movie yet. I've seen it Saturday. There may well be that they're that there might be different colour. I don't really mind. I've got so many indies that
I'd like to think that he doesn't wear the same trousers for 50 years.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm guessing at some point he changes them up slightly.
It's meant to be the same jacket because it's got a bullet hole from Raiders in it and stuff like that. And people are, oh, it hasn't got the hole in it. I don't care. If you're building one indie, I can see how you can get obsessed about making it the perfect one. I've just gone and done like 15 of them, and then I don't really care if they're not all. I can enjoy the differences between them. This one, I just think I was always going to put together an indie for this movie. I like that he's got some different things. He's got the torch, the backpack, the rope, all that sort of thing. He's got the Dial of Destiny and everything. So I'm really pleased. I'm surprised. It took me by surprise, and I pre-ordered it already. Funny enough.
I think like a few people have said in the chat that the hat looks a bit weird. Like it looks very tall. It's just been shrunken down a little bit.
It's not that bad for Raiders, but I don't know what the hat is like in this movie. Yeah, it's because Raiders is very distinct, and that's probably not that off. It maybe looks a little thin, possibly more than the height, but they've got time to fix that. And I like it. And as I say, it's not a perfect indie, and if you're just trying to build one, then probably the custom route is still the best way to go. But for me, this will just complement the other ones I've got and will represent this movie. So I'm really happy with it, and I've got my order in. So yeah, it is 1/6,
yes, all of this is all 1/6.
Yeah, and just to finish it off, they're obviously they're stepping up a bit with their materials. So they're saying a genuine leather jacket, shoes, and whip, which is good. Still not a fan of the whip. I still don't think it still feels a bit chunky to me, be it leather or not. But there's plenty of options out there for any budget really. I mean, I make some myself down the bottom end of the range, or you can pay £250 and get a proper scaled leather one. So I'm not too bothered about that. That would be swapped out, I think. But leather jacket is a nice touch, and the shoes and everything as well. So I'm excited about it.
So Joker J's come back on the Batman. Bodies are cheap, odd clothing choices, seam lines, single boots with no articulation. Batman's underwear is huge and bases are ugly.
Okay. Yeah, I get that for the bodies. I suppose that's a fairly depends whether you've probably got to unstitch the suits, haven't you, to get them off. Yeah, single boots. Yeah, I don't know whether the Hot Toys split boot. I can't remember. Probably not. Bases. Yeah, wouldn't bother me. The huge underwear. Yeah. Yeah, we would just obviously speculate about the indie, weren't we? And whether or not they'll bring out the deep fake indie from the scenes from 1944. They could do.
I think that's the only thing kind of stopping me from pre-ordering this straight away is that I don't want to pre-order it and then go, oh, they've done a CGI younger indie, and I'd probably prefer that.
It's different for me because I've got to have this one anyway. I want this one, but I will buy the other one as well if they bring another one out. So okay, zips on the back, so body swap cool. is not out of the question if they're that bad.
It's doable.
Yeah, definitely.
So IG12. We
feels like we're really behind the curve on this one. This was announced just after we.
Yeah, just after our last show, wasn't it?
Yeah. So,
this is such a weird one. So this is IG12 an accessory pack. So that's $290 at Q2 to Q3 2024, or you just get IG12 on its own for $230. I looking at the Grogu set they did not long ago.
Yeah, with the cat and the
and I was like, all those additional accessories could all pair up with other figures, and that just screams out an accessory pack. But I understand they don't sell that well. But I do like this. I think it's pretty good, but we'll probably see another IG-11 from the end of the series as well. But you do get quite a lot in this, to be fair, for 290.
Have you still got the IG-11?
Yeah, I love it.
You're a big fan
it's
of
a great
that,
figure.
I
really like. I mean, it's effectively a statue because there isn't actually a great deal that you can do posing wise with it. Not because it can't pose. It's just he doesn't do much other than like stick his arms out straight and shoot. Really. But it's a great figure, and it's a great companion piece for the. I said piece. It's a great companion figure for the Durasteel Mando. Like having those two together are great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I quite like this. I mean, I 100% was expecting this at some point. Because it's Grogu 100%. Again. You know, anything Grogu, they're not gonna. Disney aren't gonna turn down an opportunity. I like that you get the little whatever they are, the little guys. They're cool. And almost like they're sort of forcing you to go with the. Even if you don't want the other accessories, you kind of need the three guys, I think, because they're a little team. They're cool. I like the accessories. I mean, obviously, if you've got all the figures that they go with, then perfect. Mouse Droid is cool. They're kind of quite rare in terms of like actual Hot Toys ones. I like the Mando gear. I like the heavy Mando gun. Obviously, the Bo-Katan stuff. 1,000,001 people, including Dear Oxfather, has printed his own ones off. So they're and the shield and stuff. They're not difficult. But interesting enough, we've pre-ordered this for my son because he's massively into like, anything droids. He's not interested in any of the figures or any like people, but droids and everything. So we've ordered it, and we'll probably just. He loves mouse droids, so he want that and the little guys, and the rest of it we'll just put it away. If he wants to sell on any of it or something at a later date. But I think for the extra 50.
Well, if he ever wants to sell any of it,
yeah,
I could potentially buy some of it. There's
okay,
some of
cool.
it there that would go good with my stuff.
Yeah, so I think it's about 50 quid more. I think if you're interested, I think go for that, because even if you don't want any of that stuff, you could easily you'd double your money back on that easily by selling those bits off. So I think it's almost a no-brainer if you want the figure, or even if you want the accessories, you sell the figure. I mean, there's different ways. You probably have people sort of going halves on it, like they did with the Batman black suit, Superman, the Nightmare Batman.
Yeah, well, they just take the bits they want from it.
I'll take IG, and you have the accessories kind of thing. So I like it. I mean, obviously, it opens the question about why don't Hot Toys do accessory packs, or why don't they allow you to buy accessories for old sets? And I'd love it because, like I was saying on the Ben Thomas show, that the amount of money I've spent on E11 blasters and Stormtrooper belts and all those little bits and pieces, which at some points they were dirt cheap, but now Star Wars is like up there, and it's kind of, and it only gets more expensive, and someone wants ridiculous money. So, but I don't think Hot Toys will do it, because I think to them it possibly like devalues what they've bought out before. So if that piece was an exclusive part with the deluxe version of a figure or something, and then you could say, right, you can buy that for 20 quid. I don't know. I mean, but it would make them a lot of money. So I don't know. Or is it that they're actually like, as we hear from people like Andy and that and other people, that they don't get the choice. They're told what they can make, and if Disney don't want them to do accessory packs and spares, they don't do it, and it may be that they've got no say in it at all. That's another take on it. I'd love it, but
it's been genuinely nice having Andy in our little group chat, because there's so much stuff that you glean and you realise like that Hot Toys and the toy companies get a lot of stick for decisions.
Why have they bought that out? Why haven't they bought this out?
But there's a lot that just isn't up to them. It's really interesting. Like when we have him on, it's brilliant. Like the show's gone forever because there's so many questions. But yeah,
definitely,
it's good.
Yeah. So,
but they also go on. Go on.
No. Yeah, go on. And then
I was just going to say they also teased this haired version of Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Which at first glance I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. And the more I looked at it, the more I was like, it just looks like the really cheapest doll hair that they could have possibly found.
Yeah.
I've seen some really good custom ones where they've used proper mode hair.
I've seen a
and
few
it
of those.
takes the sculpt to a whole new level.
It does.
But yeah, the more I looked at it, the more I was like, oh,
it's odd, isn't it? Even like particularly as they just announced that Wonder Woman with the proper wool hair that looked really good, and then you get this with the Barbie hair that is super shiny, just sticks out like that, and it's really difficult to actually get it into a decent shape without, basically making it completely, putting so much gel and stuff in it that it might as well be sculpted anyway. So, I mean, it's good in a way because it obviously teases that there's probably going to be
there's going to be something in there,
another version, and they might well do this. Oh, we've had a think, and we're going to update it with the wool hair. So, I think it's probably not a done deal on that.
True, but yeah, that was quite an interesting one. This next one I am quite tempted by because I've got the battle damaged one on order. But this is the present toys. This is the 1/6 scale police robot for 180 quid. This is at Q2 2024. I really like this, and I've got the battle damaged Arnie on pre-order. So this
when's he due?
Really good.
The other one's, but the Saturn one's been out a good month or so now, hasn't he?
End of the year, I think.
Oh, okay. So there's obviously, there's a lot more work involved with that one, with the exposed arm and
hold on, caller.
And stuff. Yeah.
I shall have a look. Future Warrior. Let's have a look. Or am I just going to get the... yeah, that's the battle damaged. Let's have a look, Mr. Pete. Because there's nothing like a good podcast episode than watching a fat man Google stuff. Q3 2023. So the next quarter.
Soon.
Soon. And they are going for quite a bit on eBay.
I imagine they are, because I think like when we looked at the standard one, I think everything was fantastic apart from maybe the head sculpt. But I think with the batter damage one, with the
head sculpt
like, half revealed, this looks really. Especially the one with the bullet hole through the through the head, and that I think it looks great. It definitely would be a nice companion piece to go with that Terminator. But yeah, just to pick up because we've got Boogie Pep here, who's kind of new to 1/6 and tuning in for the first time. Not into 1/6, but is there also a problem that these figures are sold out in minutes online? No. It's
nowhere near the same extent.
Or no, he's saying he has a nightmare with Mattel Origins. Yeah, it's the same with like Mezco, some SH Figure Arts, things like that. But Hot Toys is and a lot of the 1/6 stuff is present toys. No, they don't sell out immediately. You've got plenty of time. If you miss a pre-order, then it's kind of your fault, really. It's not a case of going on refresh. It's in my basket. Oh no, it's not in my basket. No.
Yeah, there's none of that nonsense. It's all just
You'll have a good few weeks, month. I mean, some of the sites I buy a lot of stuff from 1/6 Kit, Hong Kong-based company, and they're brilliant. But they have, they have their quota. They put it on. Once they've sold that quota in pre-orders, then it does disappear. But it doesn't mean you can't get it somewhere else. You can always go to Sideshow or what have you. It's not sold out, but obviously
plenty of places.
Certain sites will take it down once they've fulfilled their quota. But you'll always So next we have the Org Toys Paul Atreides in this distillation suit. Distillation suit,
That's
or
it.
known as the still suit. as
where he pretty much drinks his own sweat and piss.
Yep, definitely, definitely. I think
£200.
Bang on there.
Yeah, 200 quid out. This says Q1 24, so
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
beginning of the year. I think this looks pretty good.
It does. It does.
I wasn't a huge fan of the film. Like, it was okay, but
yeah, I was a bit like that as well because we've got the second part. Is it coming this year?
This soon, I think it is. I don't think it's too far off.
Yeah, so this is from part 1, and obviously he was only sort of in this kind of towards the back end of the movie. But I guess it's not going to change, so it would work for a part 2 as well. I'm like you. I wasn't a massive fan, but I think this looks like a really good figure.
Does look
like
really good.
I
The
like
head
the
sculpt looks great. Yeah,
it does. Hair looks good. And the outfit's really interesting. It's got a lot of detail and stuff in it. So
got a lot going on.
If you're into it, I think it's a great pickup. It's just not for me. Really. It's not.
No, considering the amount of sci-fi stuff I'm into, Dune just never really grabbed me.
No, and I've got a real soft spot for the 80s original one. I mean, it's so camp and
so bad,
weird.
It's so good.
It is. It's so bad. It's so good. But I like some of the designs and the suits and stuff. I do like that. I mean, you can't really say it's a decent film.
The best bit about the original ones was when they're doing that whole talking in their head, and it's just close-ups to them going to each other like that, and you're like, fuck off. It's just brilliant. Really good.
But I think from a design point of view, much with this one, it looked really good. I like the still suits and stuff in that. So again, I think this one is more closer to the original source material, I think. But yeah, I agree with Andre. It was a little bit boring. Maybe the second part will be better, but we kind of all know the story, really. I suppose if we're watching, So I'm not mega excited for it, but I will watch it.
Yeah, does look really good
because they're the version that in his sort of official robes came out recently, didn't it? I think that was
that was this slot as well, wasn't it? Or was
it was, yeah. And I think that was meant to be pretty good. So
would be funny if they make a Sting from the old ones naked on in his space paint,
and the big fat guy with his rocket pack, he just flies around, and he's got all those bursting all those pimples on his head and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
it. Conan. Yeah. So decent.
Your taxi there, Pete.
Yeah, I know. I think so. Yeah, taxi for one. Taxi for one.
Yeah.
See you all later.
Yeah. So, shenanigans. We finally got some shenanigans.
I've got some brilliant ones. Yeah.
We've got one of them. I don't really want to give it the time of the day because it's such a petty thing. But the other one, the Spider-Man suit. So Spider-Man 2099 got absolutely fucking ripped to shit the moment they announced it because it looked like a Hasbro.
Yeah.
And it was about 250 quid. Loads of exposed joints, just not great at all. Hot Toys have heard that, unsurprisingly, and now they're going to put a suit on, a rubbered suit. Why did it take everyone to kick off for them to do that?
Yeah.
Why? Just such a stupid fucking thing for them to do. But I'm happy because
apparently I've heard there's 3 people that are pissed off because they really liked the original version. But
fucking lunatics.
Yeah, exactly.
Head cases. If they want one, save themselves 200 quid and go buy the 12-inch Hasbro one. Yeah. That looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Yeah. So
I think it's a smart move. It's anything they could do from all that backlash. They didn't want to risk not selling any. So I mean, obviously we've yet to see what it really looks like. We've only got this little tease here, but I imagine we'll see it soon. And I think, in my mind, it can't fail to be better than what they insisted before. And the unmasked head sculpt was really good. With lots of redeeming features, but it's just those exposed joints and didn't fit in with their other figures, did it? With the Miles and the Gwen, and who had full suits, material suits and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we had that, and then we had this other weird one. So like I said, I'm not going to touch on this too much because I think the whole thing is just fucking ridiculous. So, Six Scale Network have paused their group till the 12th of July, and this is effectively a post was put up saying, right, from now on, if you mention any retailers, we're not having it. We're just shutting that down, because apparently the group have become inundated with, you know, I bought this from a certain retailer and they've ripped me off, or they've not done this. And one of them was, just say, quite closely linked to the guy. And I think it all turned a bit nasty in that particular thread. So the group's been...
all the toys got thrown out the prams.
All of them. So
if you're going to do that, you can't have a group. We're going to go
and do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember Clipper King?
Yep.
With his group. So he did that happened with them as well.
Yes,
and that.
Yes.
And, you know, we see it come and go. It's just repeating itself. But like I say, it's probably worth a mention, but I'm not giving it the time of the day, if I'm honest.
It just made me laugh because it's all... I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't realise it was run by this person. And but as much as I do watch his videos for the unboxings and stuff, it's quite useful. But there's so much shit going on in there, and there clearly are links with this company, and he's not paying for stuff with his own money. And people are going to make that known, and you know, just you might as well fess up to it and just be open and honest about it. I don't think that he does actively promote them as actually like that's where you should go, but it just makes me laugh because it's all so petty. And all right, I haven't seen any of the abuse and stuff. If it turns personal, it turns nasty, it's abusive. That's different. But if it's just like, actually, you know, I'm pissed off here, and I'm on Six Scale Network. I want to make people know that I've been ripped off and everything. And if people are then taking that personally,
I saw the original thread,
right?
But I didn't. I checked. I looked at it. Went, okay, fair enough. And then didn't see much after that. So I didn't see it truly kick off. Yeah. And if I'm honest, the group is quite well run. It's never any, you know. But there is a lot of, you say something about a retailer, it gets shut down, which I don't see a lot in other groups. In a lot of other groups, you know, just if you've had a bad experience, you've had a bad experience. It's all part of collecting.
Because there's no agenda there, but we obviously know that there are links between certain people, and you know, it's. Yeah.
It would be because the group has quite, it's a very large group, has lots of members.
Yeah.
There is lots of actual decent content in there as well, so it'd be a shame if it was just to disappear. But it'd be interesting to see what happens on the 12th, and if it actually comes back, and if it does, what's different, what's going to change. So it's probably worth a mention. But like I say, I'm not going to dwell on it too much.
Look,
because
Ian,
you just
might like these groups
dragged into nonsense.
It's already directing you off to alternatives now.
It is, I know. Yeah. That's what I love about Facebook. It's like, this one's closed, but how about these?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't need them anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Facebook's like.
I love it.
Have these. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, custom corner, nothing. We've not done anything, so don't worry too much about that. I have got stuff though. I've got things to do. Now my back's feeling better. I can actually paint. So I've got a few bits and pieces. I've got some heads to paint, and I've got a few other bits to do. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that.
Nice.
But this is where everyone drops off because it's me again going on about Warhammer. But 10th edition has arrived of Warhammer 40,000. Brand new edition, a simpler, easier way to play. I played one game of 10th so far, and it is a lot easier than 9th edition. They've released this box set, Leviathan. It's an interesting way they've done this. So this box set, you get so much stuff. So you probably get, I think someone worked it out, that there's probably about 500 quid's worth of stuff in there for £150.
Okay.
So you get 2,000 point armies. You get the rule book, you get the data cards, the like the mission objectives and stuff like that. So you get a decent amount of stuff. And I painted my first one out of it as a little test to see how my back could do with sitting there for 4 or 5 hours painting this little lieutenant. The box set is so good. Now these are all like push fit as well, so these aren't like overly complicated like a lot of the other Warhammer stuff. It's just three, four bits each all click together. But if you're thinking of getting into 40k, this is a really good way to do it because you get a shit ton of stuff. You get the new rules and stuff like that. But what they did was they said if you pre-ordered, you could. They opened it was a bit like Mezco, so you could pre-order online. At a certain time, your place got held in the queue, and you could order one box and one box only. Then you'd have to join the queue again. You could order another because what some people have done is they've ordered multiple boxes because they want, say, 2,000 points of Space Marines. So they buy 2 boxes. They give them 2,000 points. They just sell the bits they don't want. But to stop scalpers, they didn't want people buying like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. Games Workshop absolutely went overboard with the amount of these boxes because every new edition starts with a box set, and they normally set out like that. Gone. There's loads of these about the place still after about a week, which is unheard of. If you pre-ordered in the store, didn't have to join any type of queue. You go up to their computer in store, order, fantastic, and it gets delivered to the store on launch day, which was last Saturday. Absolutely fantastic. Like, the way it was handled was great. My mate, on the other hand, the one he ordered, has only just turned up today, like a whole week after. I've had this big ass army I've been trying to sell. I should send it to Ian. Legitimately, let's have a chat and let's see what you've got. Because for years I was like, Space Marines are boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. All these new models they've released, I'm like, I fucking love them. Like, love them. They look fantastic. They got these like new Primaris dreadnoughts, which are like these giant things here, and like they're just awesome. Nice. Like, there's so much cool stuff. So after years of having like the bad guys, I'm now getting the good guys. But there is really no good guys in Warhammer. Everyone's pretty much a dick.
Yeah, he doesn't look. He looks a bit suspect, this guy.
Yeah, so I'm well happy. I'm back into my 10th edition, and I've got.
I know you've. It's a lovely paint job on that. I know you've gone through. I think it'd be nice if you could find a bit of time to shoot a little video on doing the blood. I know you've told us about it and stuff on the show, but it does look brilliant. And
so yeah, I could do next time I do something. I'll
because
it's easy.
Because
it's so easy. It's 2 types of paint. That's it, mixed together. Because what I did with this base was because he's standing on a dead Tyrannid that he's killed. So I wanted it to be like laying in a pool of blood, and the base is like a mixture of sand and pebbles and stuff like that, so it's quite absorbent. So I made sure I proper pissed down a load of it and just dropped it on, so it kind of spread out.
Just love it dripping off that knife.
But yeah, Zach, give us a shout. I will have a look. In fact, my mate's just doing Raven Guard, actually. So it's worth having a chat. But yeah, so that blood that's dripping down on there, that's sculpted. Those drips are sculpted in the model.
Okay.
But I can do that with UHU glue.
Yeah, I know
that's really good for stringy stuff and that. So yeah, it's but yeah, that's this little dude here. Just there. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving these models. But I need to not get too carried away because there's so much to paint.
Something to put with them.
Well, I think I'm having a clear out behind me. So at the moment,
I have 47 Tyranids to find.
Yeah. So at the moment, I have all my Death Guard stuff there, and then I used to have my Heresy stuff behind me. So the whole idea was the bottom 3 cubes would all be my Warhammer stuff, and slowly more 6 scale was crept in. So I want to have a bit of a clear out. So I've got a couple of places. I mean, I can't, like I said, I've got so much shit in here. I need to have a sort out because I could potentially squeeze a Detolf or something in, like here. I'd have to have a shunt around a bit.
Yeah.
But that could have some 40k stuff in. But yeah, like I said, anyone who wants to get into 40k, even just from a modelling point of view, this box set is well worth it. Even if you sell stuff you don't want out of it, but yeah, it's very good. I played a game with my boy actually last night, a very scaled down game.
Oh, cool.
But I was Tyranids and I gave him a load of Space Marines. Like I was probably outnumbered 2-1. But yeah, he absolutely kicked my ass. Kicked my ass because I had so little. But yeah, it's good. Very, very good. Hey, custom figures that I have to buy equipment and my colours in Warhammer shops. You guys are next level when it comes to painting. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah. I didn't paint any of that on the left, by the way. That's just off the website. I only did the one on the right. Oh, cool. You sent me some photos. So, yeah. So, I'll tell you what. I'm going to look at his photos. Let's have a chat about the Flash while we do it. Because you went to see that, didn't you?
I did. Oh, yeah. Yes, I saw it. I saw it last Saturday. No, not Saturday. The one before. Yeah. It was kind of a last minute decision because I had my sort of stag do, but I mean this is like a nearly 50-year-old man's stag do, so it was.
It was tame.
Yeah, we played some darts, like these new sort of interactive where you've got a dartboard but it projects different games on, like Killer and stuff like that. So we did some darts, had a couple of beers, had a curry, great night. But my mate had booked the day off because he works weekends. So I was a bit like, do you know what? You've got the day off. Do you fancy going and seeing the Flash before we go for the darts and that? So yeah, we just booked it. Saw it on the afternoon, and I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to say that the bit I enjoy about least is the Flash. I'm just not a massive fan of the actor, or possibly even the characterization. For me, it was always about going to see Keaton, really. I didn't mind the film. I thought the film was okay. Keaton was cool. Supergirl was really good. I liked that portrayal. That was cool. Some great little Easter eggs at the end because it's kind of very much like DC's version of the multiverse. So we get to see some old versions of Batman,
I've seen some clips, Nicolas Cage and stuff like that.
That's brilliant. That's the Nicolas Cage one. I loved that. Absolutely loved that.
You had the 66 Batman and Robin with the bomb and that. Yeah,
correct. Yep.
Yeah. There's honestly, there's so much stuff already out on the internet that you just flicking through, you see.
Yeah, I was going to be like, I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah, probably everybody's seen it if they've not seen the movie. But I enjoyed it. It's not something that I'm like, rushing to go back and see. I will probably watch it again on when it comes out on demand. But for an entertaining afternoon, it wasn't bad, and I enjoyed definitely enjoyed Keaton's performance. So 7 out of 10 maybe.
I was hoping to try and watch it maybe next week, but I don't think it's on next week. It's off.
It's kind of got pushed back because of indie. I mean, it's still shown in our local one because weirdly enough, I'm taking my boy to see indie in the morning, and then he's got his mate's birthday, and they're going to see Flash in the afternoon. So, but that was like the first show was like 10 to 5 in the afternoon. Yeah. So, you might struggle.
Because it's getting absolutely ripped for the CGI, isn't it?
It's bad, but then it's a very specific. It's kind of, I think, from what I would say, it's the scenes where he's doing his super fast backwards running, and he's in like a sphere, and you see characters and scenes going round him, and you can kind of tell that it's. And this is what the director said, and I think it's not just a cop-out. I think it's sort of intentional. It does look a bit odd, but it's just specific to those scenes. And it's almost like it's not meant to quite look real, like it's a painting or it's an animation or something like that. It doesn't quite work. They maybe should have gone a bit further than, one way or the other. But I don't mind that because it's just sort of in that specific arena. I don't think the effects would... I can't think of anything really dodgy like in the rest of it. But Yeah, it was okay. Strange New Worlds. I haven't got to watch any of it yet.
Have you not
Hopefully-
watched two
No.
episodes?
Yeah, I
Watched the
really like
two.
the
I think
first
there's
two.
a third episodes today. I think.
Yes, Thursdays they drop. Yeah.
Best bit of Star Trek ever.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah.
for a while. I mean, not ever, but that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I was going to say. Hang on.
but for a
Easy
while, because it's the
Yes.
most Star Trek thing they've done.
Yeah, yeah. I really enjoy. I thought the first series was really well done. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the guy who plays Spock, like, I mean, it's always been a bit hit and miss where people playing Spock and Kirk and that. He's fine. He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all great. I really like it. And I think I was reading an interview with the creators, and they said, like, because it was all about the Klingons and how they keep changing in every show, and every show has tried to kind of justify it a certain way, and they went, nah, we're not going to do that. They said this is its own thing. Like, you know, our Klingons look like Klingons because from Next Generation, because that's what we prefer, and that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
And they said we're not going to try and make it fit. We just they're Klingons, and that's it. That's all we need to know.
And
I was
obviously,
like,
you
fine.
know, we know that it was just the limitations of special effects at the time, and you know, like the original Klingons in the 60s series didn't
Problem
really
is,
look. Yeah.
they absolutely fucked that with Discovery. Like that was fine,
Oh,
and there was
yeah.
an explanation for it, and it worked, and it was just it was a very Klingon thing, and they don't talk about it, and there was some kind of disease, and
Yeah,
fine, not a
yeah.
problem. Everyone just about bought that, and then Discovery comes along, and they give us whatever the fuck those things were,
Yeah.
and you
yeah,
go,
yeah.
well, what the fuck are we playing at? Like, what's going on? Like, we just bought the last lot, and now you've
Yeah.
done this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to
interesting.
watching it. I haven't got Paramount myself, but my mate's got it as part of his Sky package, so we're going to watch it around his.
I only keep it for Star Trek. It's literally there for Strange New Worlds, because overall it's not very
Yeah.
good.
No, exactly. You can still get all the other ones on Netflix and stuff at the moment. I mean, maybe once the contracts run out, that it won't be the only place to go. But we did watch the first 2 episodes of Titans season 4.
Yep,
Yesterday,
I'm on that.
which was
Really
which was
good.
Yep,
Absolutely loving that.
yep. And I have watched the first Secret Invasion as well. I know there's another
Yeah,
one
I
dropped
wasn't
yesterday,
overly
No,
impressed
the
with it.
first one did grab me. I mean, Samuel Jackson's always going to be enough to keep me watching, and you know, I hope for better. But yeah, I haven't watched I think it dropped yesterday.
Rick and Morty, new series of that.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Very good. Very good.
Binged that in a day,
Yep.
basically.
And a new series of Human Resources as well is also and very good.
I haven't watched that. Black Mirror, new series. I watched.
Yeah, I've been watching that. That's
Yep.
good.
So it's some good stuff on at the moment, actually. After a pretty kind of shitty first half of the year, I think, really, for TV. So
Yeah, we're starting to get some good stuff.
coming back strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the material for this week. Now to do the housekeeping. So I'm going to big shout out and many thanks to our wonderful Patreonies: Ian Seaby, Rene Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Leddy, David Jones, Sam Gist, Dominator, Zwal Brader, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Guns Figs, Badfish, Toy Cartel, Danny Lee, Dini Martin, Stephen Kratt, Big Fern, Caesar Marroquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Monski, Rick de Gregorio, John the Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Assassina, Lustrous Rayner, Alid Morgan, Takathri Wah, Derek Bezinski, Aris Patillo, Mark Randolph, Alvin J, Judge Carroll, Joe Ridley, Pablo Mazer, D Rock, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Don Madon, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen Ria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Thank you all very much. And if you want to join the Patreon, I should drop a link in the chat. We've got 4 different flavours. $5 a month gets you the hot seat, which gets you digital copies of the stickers and access to Ox After Dark replay in the Patreon chat. Sweet Angel is basically the same, but gets you the physical sticker sent straight to your door. The Certified Crispy gets you the Crispy certificate on first pledge. and all the benefits of the previous tiers. And the top of the range What a Guy gets you the exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge and doubles all the stickers, so you can send them to your friends and family. The May-June, so I'm not sure if you could still get in on this. We're still technically in June, 1 day to go. Was the Question of the Week sticker and the Spoodiverse sticker sheet. For July and August, we've got the Zach's Wonderland hologram sticker and the yet to be unveiled new Small Talk logo coming up here. So some good benefits for July and August. You can also support us by becoming a YouTube channel member. So we currently have Absolute Irwin, Alvid J, Andre, Andres IB, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hanson, Big Old Fern, Blurred Dad Life, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris V, Cram, CT603, DJ, Daminator, Dante's Boneyard, Eclectic Collector, Equan, Fat Batman, Gare Bear, Gotham's Cenobites, Jake, Just Other Friday Night, Justin Sports Card, KJ Smith, LV Avengers 702, Mark Pearson, Money Mendez, Mr. Mom Collectibles, Knight, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 1/6 Figure Focus, maybe Shane, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Fool, S-Beam, Sam Gist, Slifer, SpongeBob SquareBalls, the beautiful classy Thomas, Sunnyvale Russ, the Ben Thomas Show, Toy Cartel, and Zeke. Again, if you're Patreon, you can join, become a YouTube channel member for just 99 cents a month. Gets you loyalty badges, emojis, and member shout-outs. Or if you just want to join and become a YouTube channel member, you can join the Peanut Gallery, $2.99 a month. Gets you the perks of the previous level as well as member shout-outs on the show. TeePublic, so if you fancy a little bit of swag from the network, have a look on TeePublic. They've got lots of different designs. This is our one that we did exclusively for Celebration, but there's loads of other stuff on there, some all the other shows and some sort of catchphrases and things from the past. And then I will leave Ian to take us through the rest of the CW network.
So this is us. This is everything. Excuse me a second. I'm on these tablets that make my throat really like dry.
Oh,
so I've been swigging away and I'm out of water. So we've got Collecting Weekly live unboxing where we unbox things live, as you may have. It's all in the title, to be fair. It's all
Lane
there.
unboxed the Venom, so check that out.
He did. Good lad.
Yep.
We got Question of the Week, which changes every week with a new question. You know.
Does it?
It does indeed. Why do kamikaze pilots wear crash helmets was last week's, which we still don't know. It was a hot ticket item. It was a big debate.
No answer to that.
Yeah. Questions like why would you drive a submarine with a Logitech control from the 90s? That type of shit. We've got the.
Why is Drax?
Why is Drax? Exactly. Yeah. That was another one. We've got the reissue, which is an older show that's now come back. We've got OFAC, the Jewel in the Crown, the reason we're hitting week on week, the glue that holds the network together is the best way to put it.
We got
Small Talk, which actually, if he's still here, Bogey Pep, you might really like because they do Mezco and stuff like that. So well worth giving them a go.
So they'll be on next Thursday. They
alternate with us.
So check them out definitely.
Yeah, we don't want to overload people every single week with us. You know, it's just
there's only
so much of a good thing.
Manliness that these folks
exactly. So while we're on, manliness, we've got After Dark, which is what legally only allowed once the sun sets. Live and Let Dice, which is all about Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff. So well worth giving them a go. I can listen to Cody's voice all day long. We've got Bricks and Brews, people getting pissed up playing with Lego, which is always handy. And Ox PD, which is a Grand Theft Auto mod where we pretend to be police and beat people. So we also have the main mothership, Collecting Weekly live, which are on. It's probably his list when they're not on. They seem to be on all the time. Great bunch of guys. Everyone on the network is really good. There's quite a mixture of shows. There's something there for everyone. So well worth a
Absolutely.
At least giving us another show a go.
Yeah.
So
Once
yeah,
now you've found us, you've got all these other delights to sample and decide what ones you want to subscribe to. But yeah, all great
Exactly.
shows. Yeah.
All good. All good. So I think that is about it. That is us.
It is. Yep.
We are done. So thank you all ever so much, and we shall see you all next time.
Yep.
Tatty buys. Cheers,
Good night.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.